Welcome back to the show. Joining us for this segment, we have two fabulous guests. We have first coach, the Hall of Fame coach, Faith Johnson Patterson. She is the head girls basketball coach at De La Salle High School. And we also have Nita Kellogg with Project Diva. Thank you for joining us today. As we get into the topic today of basketball and Project Diva, I just want to celebrate a little bit about your accomplishments in coaching. And what I have is that you're the number one for the number of state titles won, 8 state titles in basketball. You also are number one in the number of state tournament games, how many appearances you've had. And then also you're number one for the state tournament victories. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Can we just spend a little time talking about your career? Yes, this is major. Can we spend a little time talking about your career and coaching and kind of what got you into basketball and coaching, and just celebrate your story?
Well, actually, it's really interesting. My mother actually got me into coaching. I had played basketball, and I got a college scholarship. And the fact that I was able to afford, an education at University of Madison, Wisconsin, was amazing. I mean, I knew my mom growing up could not afford to send me to college, and I was first exposed to the Final Four when they were here, and women's basketball at the time was not televised, but someone had talked me into going over to the U, and they said, hey, there's some college basketball players, and I'm like, really? I didn't realize that women play basketball in college, and I went and watched a couple of games, and I thought, God, I want to do this, and then I heard you can get a scholarship. So I thought, this is fantastic, and really it inspired me to work hard, because I had a hard-working mom, and watching her sacrifice and do the things that she did for myself and my brothers, I really wanted to make life easier for her and lead the way for my younger brothers by getting a scholarship. So from that, I played, and I was gone for a few years, and I came back, and my mother actually went to Minneapolis North, where I actually got my first head coaching position, and talked me into trying to coach, and I thought, I don't want to be a basketball coach, at that time I was working in corporate America, and I thought I was really something special. But I was introduced, or met a guy named Ray Fenley, and he asked me to come assist him at Blake High School, and from there I just kind of fell in love with it. I saw just the transformation of girls growing and gaining confidence, and when Minneapolis North came after me, they saw us playing in a state tournament at Blake at that time, and they came after me and asked me to be their head coach, which was really interesting that, these girls actually wanted me, and I guess they saw this African-American female on TV, and so they came to my job, they announced it on came up to the radio station, I was going to be their new coach, and
wow.
I had no experience, and I thought, I don't know, why not? Why not give it a chance and see what can happen. And I really honestly feel called. This is a calling that God has given me the ability to help develop skills and to see what other coaches don't see. I see within and the desires for kids to be great and to to be the best that they can be. And I don't know. I felt like I was basically chosen in a sense. I mean, I never thought I'd accomplish what I've accomplished in basketball, so I definitely know that's a gift, but I just basically look at the kids, and whatever they tell me that they want, I fight really hard to help them get that, and so thus it launched this amazing career.
So it sounds like you're much broader than just developing their skill of basketball, but it's developing them as young women.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Still curious, there's so many sports. Still, why did you choose only basketball?
Well, that's something I was, gifted in, and I was watching. I just was amazed by the sport. There were guys who were playing in my backyard, and I just thought it looked really cool. So I thought I'd try it. I ended up being pretty good myself, and it's just a sport that's very entertaining, and it's fun. I just think it's fun. It was something I just, was naturally, I guess, attracted to. Oh. And women's basketball, now we've got the Minnesota Lynx here. Mm-hmm. It's huge.
Girl power.
Yeah, girl power. And this was in college. Was there any girls basketball in high school? I'm not sure when that started in Minnesota.
Well, the state tournament started in the 70s, late 70s, 76, 75, 76. That was the first state tournament for girls. But the boys have been celebrating and playing basketball for a number of years. In fact, the State High School League celebrated the 100 years of boys basketball state tournament history in 2012. And so girls, it's 76. We're still behind, but now we've games are being televised. There's much more exposure, and where you can make a decent career. I mean, we just signed our new Gopher coach to a $6-year, $495,000 contract. So the future's bright for women's basketball. So.
Well, I know when I was in high school, and I graduated in '64, Title IX hadn't come about yet, and I know we could only play basketball intramural. That was it. That was all we could do. We didn't have the right to play competitively with any other schools.
Yeah.
And listening to your story, I mean, most of us know, I'm a parent, and so I understand the role that any leadership adult has in my child's life. But there's so much more to coaching than just the skill of the game. And so this is a great opportunity for us to learn a little bit more about Project Diva, which is a coaching and mentoring program for girls ages 12 to 19. But can you talk a little bit about the role of just the role model or the coaching that goes into the girls that you're coaching on the court as well as off the court?
Well, when I met this woman here, I mean, it was about a month or so ago, I just thought, you know, her and her program is amazing. And for me, I know it's more to it. I know everybody's not going to play college basketball. I know that, you know, there's more to life. And our thing is, my thing is to instill confidence and also a winning spirit and competitiveness, to not give up and being able to just fight. Because it is a fight, especially, it's still for women. It's a fight. It's a fight for everything. And when I met Nita here, she talked about Project Diva and what they did, and I just thought we've got to collaborate, we've got to partner up, we've got to do some things. And her and I talked, and she actually named the program Making Moves. It's about making moves on and off the court. So I thought, so she comes in and once a week talks and speaks with the girls, and each week about different subjects. And I just, you know, this is my cue, I guess, to let her kind of talk about making moves and Project Diva.
Well, the passion that I saw in Coach Johnson was it was more than on the court. And so when we talked about Project Diva, and Project Diva is a coaching mentoring program for girls, where we ask the girls, who are they becoming? Because a lot of times the girls are not even asked that. And so they kind of go through school and they go through, you know, they go into college not even knowing why they're there. And so being able to come on board to help out Coach Johnson, it feels so good to see the passion in her to want the girls to be able to use this as a tool to get to that next level. And so we come in and we ask that we work with different topics. So the first topic was, who are they becoming? And the girls fed us back who they were becoming. And it was so interesting to hear that I think maybe one or two of them wanted to actually go into the WNBA. The rest wanted to work behind the scenes. And so to be able to bring women from behind the scenes in front of them to show them what that looks like, what the good days are, what the bad days are, what women face as barriers, what salaries they may even be able to attain. You know, to give them that insight so that as they're moving through school, they can actually attach those classes now to make school make sense to why they're there and how important that is. And then to go to that next level, knowing why they're going into college, so that they're not just creating a bill that we know is almost like a house note when they come out, and then they're not able to get into their field. So we come in and we kind of nurture that from the girls. We also talk about the influence of media. That was our last conversation, and it was amazing because they really have not realized how much media plays an influence on their minds. And so, you know, just pulling that out of them and getting them to become aware of who they are and the effects that life can have on them, to kind of maneuver through that is what we do.
So do you get to talk to all the girls in the team, or is it just you
It's
select?
all the girls.
Oh,
Yeah.
So how many mentors are there? Is it mainly you?
There's two of us that come
Two,
in to do
okay.
this program. So myself and Kia Allen. And Kia Allen is actually my image director for Project Diva. So she's our image coach. And so she comes in and she's going to do some sessions on just the personal brand and what does that look like as they're moving into becoming physical therapists or doctors or, you know, so that they can kind of, we all know that once we feel good on the outside, it exudes into the outside, and so, or the inside into the outside. And so she comes in and she does that piece of it. So there's two of us that's working with these young ladies, but for Project Diva, there's about 15 to 17 of us that actually work directly with the girls. And then we have a huger team because we have our parents that are now actually on board to help make sure that we move this together as a village.
So,
And then
excuse me, I
No,
didn't
go
mean
ahead.
to interrupt. I was just going to say, how many girls then are you working with?
I cap out at 30 girls a year.
Wow.
I kept out of 30
And
girls.
that-
We keep it intimate so that we know the girls, we know their parents, and we know that we're actually affecting a life.
And then the parents, what role do they play? You said that they're getting more on board.
There are carpoolers, and they're actually the ones that, are allowing for us to have capacity. So, the girls like to do things outside of Project Diva to even make the sisterhood stronger. And so we
Great.
have parents who, do the social outing coordinating, or who do the social media coordinating to make sure that the word gets out and the girls stay connected. So if we bring the parents in, because we know that if we do it with the parents, we're not sending them back home into situations that are not good for them. So now we can talk to the girls. They tell us how they feel. So like yesterday, we had interviews where we asked the girl in front of them, okay, so emotionally, how do you want to grow this year? So that the parent can hear what that looks like. And so a lot of them said, I just want to communicate better, or I just want my mom to take me to Starbucks and just us have a conversation, not just when I'm doing bad, but when I want to celebrate and help me move to that next level. And the parents are able to hear that. So then as we work together, the girls can move through life together, but we're also helping the family and not just the girls.
So people can volunteer
Yes.
in the program too.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
And if people want to learn more about Project Diva, how to volunteer, and learn more about your organization, do you have a website, or how can they get more information? Could you share your website?
ProjectDivas.com.
Okay, wow, this is fabulous. I mean, we started out talking about basketball, and we moved into how to just really create, the fullness of who these young girls, these young women are becoming. And it just speaks to the importance of sports and extracurricular activities for girls, because we know, yes, parents have a strong role in their lives, but there's so much that happens outside of the home where maybe mom or dad or grandmother, whoever's, raising the children, may not be able to get through to them.
Exactly.
But when they have a Coach Johnson or they have a Project Diva, it seems like their level of success is just going to be skyrocketing.
Yes.
That's right.
Do you have any, like, just major story or just some feel-good thing that, just kind of as we're wrapping up, that maybe one girl, one young woman shared with you about the difference that you've made in their life?
There's a lot of stories, but quite honestly, I mean, I think as you guys can see, not only do I want to be remembered as a winner, but at the same time, I want people to understand that there's more to me than just a basketball coach. I'm all about the kids, and I think the biggest thing is partnering up with Nita here, and as you can see, what a fabulous program that she has here, and the kids are getting, just everything that they need, and I know with my AU program, that's where we partner up from the beginning here. The kids are thrilled, the parents are thrilled. I'm constantly getting feedback about both, learning skills on the court, and also the fact that we're known for even more so than that, but also care about their lives, and people are just absolutely thrilled with Project Diva, Coach Patterson, and making moves on and off the court.
Thank you so much for inspiring us today. We so appreciate it. Thank you for giving us your time.
Thanks for having us.
Yes.
And thank you for joining us today. Join us next time.